Okay, so here's the question. I'd like you to copy this first. Ready? Go. Good job. Now you're done copying. So what I want you to do now is let's take a look at the question. Believe it or not, this is such an easy question. It's almost shocking. Based on the linear inequality shown in the graph below, which of the following points are solutions to the linear inequality? Select all that apply. So I want you to always understand that when you see the phrase or the sentence, select all that apply, that means that there's going to be more than one correct answer. I want you to get used to the fact that just because it's a multiple choice test doesn't mean that there's only one answer. Sometimes there's only one answer, sometimes there's more than one answer. Okay? So I want you to start off understanding that. Okay? Alright, so now let's take a look. Here's the graph. Okay? So I don't know if you can tell, but this is a dotted line right here. So you see the dotted line right here, right? And then the shaded part is in blue. So obviously, where is your answer going to be? Is it going to be in the blue area or in the white area? Ready? Go. Good job. It is in the blue area. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to look at your options A, B, C, D, E, right? And then you're going to see which ones are the answers and which ones are not. So let's take a look at A. It says 0, 0. In case you forgot how to read the coordinates, these are your x values and these are your y values, okay? So your x value is 0 and your y value is 0. So this is my x line and I'm looking at 0. And this is my y line and I'm looking at 0. So there you go. Here's my point. Is that in the blue area or the white area? The blue area. So A is the correct answer. Now once you know that A is the correct answer, I don't want you to just move on. You need to really pay attention, right? Let's take a look at B. Okay? So B is 5, 3. So your x value is 5 and your y value is 3. So this is my x line, my x is 5 and my y is 3. There you go. So I had to go to the right by 5 and then from there I had to go up by 3, right? And is that part of the blue area or the white area? Blue. Yay, okay, it's in the blue area, so that is also the correct answer. So can you see how that there's more than one correct answer? So now let's keep going. Now I'm looking at C. My x value is at -1, my y value is at +1. Here's -1 on my x line because this is the x-axis, right? And this is the y-axis, right? So on my x-axis, I find -1, and on my y-axis, I find +1. Uh-oh. Is that dot in the blue or the white? Ready? Go. White. The white area, so that is not the correct answer. So I'm going to put an X there. D is 5, -4. So on my x-axis, I find my 5, and then I have to go down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because on my y-axis is -4. Oh, is it in the blue or the white? Ready? Go. Blue. So that's going to be the correct answer as well. Wow. So far, I got 3 correct answers. Now, let's take a look at the very last option. I have my x value is at 0. My y value is at 4. So here's 0, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my point. Is that in the white or the blue? Ready? Go. White. So that's not the answer. So how many answers do I have for question number 21? 3. So you got to make sure that you select on the test, otherwise you're going to get it wrong. So please, even though it's an easy question, you have to remember to pay attention. Okay? So then obviously now that we are done with this question, I'm going to give you a similar question that I wanted to work on. Okay? There you go. Oh no. I don't know if you can see your options. There you go. You know what? There's actually an E, but I'm just going to keep it here, okay? So raise your hand when you are done or when you need help, okay? Ready? Go. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and copy this question first, okay? And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and start reviewing, okay? Ready? Go. Okay, question number 22. The graph below shows the solution to a system of linear inequalities. Okay? Based on the intersection of corresponding half planes, which inequalities are represented in the graph? Select all that apply. Okay, so as you can see, there are four equations, and let's use common sense. Okay, just looking at this graph, at least how many answers do you need to have? You need to have at least two because there's two lines, right? So you need to have at least two, and then maybe there will be another equation, maybe which is the correct answer, but in a different form, right? So you know for sure that this is not a one answer kind of question, right? So let's focus. Shh. Okay, so we learned how to do this, right? We see a graph and we gotta figure out what the equation is. We're going backwards, okay? So let's take a look. I know it's kind of difficult for you to see, but this is a 0 here and that is a 1. So if I want to figure out the equation for the red line, I gotta go backwards, okay? So I'm going to start with plus 1, okay? And then I need to figure out the slope. In order for me to figure out a slope, I need to find another spot. But this spot has to be in a spot where I could actually read the numbers. I need to know how many I can go up by and how many I can go to the right by. Okay? In order to do that, I know again it's very, very difficult for you to see, but I'm looking for you and I see another point right here and it's right smack in the four corners here. So I could read the numbers very carefully. Okay? So from here, let's figure out what the slope is. We gotta know how many we're going up or down and to the right. So we have to go 1, 2 to the up. To the up. Okay, we gotta go up by 2. And then let's see how many we have to go to the right. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then of course you have to put the X, right? And then now again, we started from the back and we're going forward. Now I'm going to put the Y over here, right? Is this a solid line or a dotted line? Okay, yeah, it is dotted and you can't see. I'm so sorry. I should have thought about this, that you're going to be seeing this from far away, right? It is a dotted line, so there's going to be no equal sign. But let's look at the red area. Is the top shaded or the bottom? Ready? Go. The bottom part is shaded, right? So that means Y is greater than or less than. Ready? Go. Less than. Okay, so that means the alligator mouth is open towards the other stuff and not towards the Y. Okay? So, do you see an equation like that? Yes, I do, and that would be D. But you see how it's so confusing? Because look over here. Doesn't D look similar? So if you don't understand what the slope is and you decide to go, you think that you're supposed to go 5 over 2, then you'll get it wrong. So please make sure that you understand this concept completely. Okay? So now we're going to move on to the next line, which is the blue line. And we're going to find the y-intercept because we always start backwards. And my bad, the number here is 1, 2, 3, negative 3. So my y-intercept is negative 3. And then I have to find another point, okay? So let's see. Here's another point right there, right smack in the four corners. So I can count exactly how many I got to go up and to the right. So there you go. I start from here and I have to go up 1, 2, and to the right by 1. So that's 2 over 1x. What is 2 over 1, guys?
2 over 1.
2 over 1 is 2. We're not going to say 2 over 1. Come on. 2 divided by 1 is 2. And now let's look at the blue area. Looking at this line over here, which part is shaded? Is it the top part or the bottom part? Yeah, the top part. So it's really important that you understand where is the top and where's the bottom. So top means y is greater than or less than. Ready? Go.
Greater than.
Greater than. That means the alligator's mouth is open towards the y. Okay, so do you see that? Right there. And there you go. Those are your 2 correct answers because you need to have those 2 inequalities. Okay? And just in case it wasn't too clear for you, these are all dotted lines. Okay? There you go. Okay, so I'm going to give you a practice question and after that we're going to do some more problems and we'll be done for today. Okay? So there you go. Shh. Here's the next question, 22B. There you go. Alright, ready? Begin.